I decided to do a little more of a review today on laws of exponents. So we had the even numbers to do. It's not that much. Um, so first one, a to the first times a to the third. We can use the product rule. We can keep the base and add the exponents. And that's just going to give us a to the fourth. You can take a calculator and figure out what a to the fourth is. And I'll do that. A to the fourth. It's not that large of a number. It's just 4,096. So that's be our final answer. 4, x to the fifth times x to the ninth. And again, the bases are the same, so we can add the exponents. We get x to the 14th. Right? Pretty simple. Same thing here. Not much of a change, but we're going to do, and I don't like that they put the parentheses. Well, when there's a negative, yes, but I don't like that they put the parentheses here. But anyways, let's do the coefficients. It's 6 times 4. They're not the same base, so we're not going to add any exponents. We're just going to multiply 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Now the x and the x here, the bases are the same. And we can add the exponents. 2 plus 2, 4. Here, well, there's an invisible 1 over here, right? So we can do the coefficients. 5 times negative 1 is negative 5. Let's do this alphabetically. That's an m to the 8th. M to the 8th, there's no other m, so I'm just going to write m to the 8th. But their p's, there's 2 p's. There's a p cubed, p squared. Keep the base, add the exponents. 10, well, let's do the coefficients. So there's a 4, a negative 5, and a negative 3. So that's going to give me a positive, first of all. And then 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 3 is 60. So as far as the coefficient goes, it's 60. And then we have, let's do the f. So we have f to the 9, f to the 9, f to the 6, sorry. Keep the base, f. Add the exponents, 9 plus 6, we get 50. H, keep the base, h, right? There's another h here. Keep the base, add the exponents, and 3 plus 2 is 5. This one, and again, I'm going to put a coefficient of 1 here. Let's take care of the coefficients. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Okay. Now x's, well, there is no x's, so just x to the power of the letter a. Y's, I have 2 y's. I have a y here and a y here. So what's the rule? Keep the base and add the exponents. In this case, I add b plus f, and I'm going to leave it like that because I don't know what the values are, so it's just b plus f. The z, keep the base, add the exponents, c plus g. And that's the answer to that question. Moving on, let's do 14. So this is a power to a power, right? So keep the base, and we add and multiply the exponents. So x, and if you multiply m times 2, you got, and then let's do this the correct way, not the correct way, but in a standard notation, we write the coefficient first, and x raised to the power of 2m. The coefficient always comes first. 16, well, that 2 is going to just hang out for a little bit, and then let me put a 1 here. So that the exponent 3 is going to multiply that 1, and the exponent of 3 that's outside the parentheses is going to multiply every exponent that's inside. So we get 3, and 3 times 1 is 3, so it's going to be 3 to the third power. And a, well, it's 2 times 3, so 6. That is not your final answer because we can continue this. Well, 2 stays as it is, but 3 to the third power is small enough. That's 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. And then a to the 6, and we can simplify this a little further and write 54, a to the 6. 18, well, that's easy. Just 10, and then multiply 2 and 3, and we get 10 to the 6th power. 20, well, remember, let me put a 1 here. Right, so we're going to take that 3 that's outside and multiply every exponent times every exponent that's inside. So we have a 7 and a j. The 7 has an exponent of 1, which multiplies times 3. We get 3. The j has an exponent of 2, which multiplies to 3, and we get a 6. That's it. And again, you could have taken 7 and raised to the third power. That's easy enough. Right? It's just 343 j to the 6th power. So far, so good. Let's do 22. Excuse me. Let me just write this a little bigger. And I'm going to write an exponent of 1 here. X squared. This is 2 to the first power, y to the second power. And then there's a 5 outside. So again, the shortcut is to take that 5 and multiply it times every exponent inside the parentheses. So we're going to get, let me write the fraction. 3 will be 1 times 5, 3 to the 5th power. X squared, right? X to the second power times 5, we're going to get x to the 10th. At the bottom, we have a 2 raised to the first power times 5 is 2 to the 5th power. And y squared, 2 times 5 is y to the 10th power. We can take this a step further. Right? I mean, 3 to the 5th power, let me just see what that is. It's 243. X10, there's nothing to do with. 2 to the 5th power is just 32. And y to the 10th power stays as it is. And that's your final answer. Right? Those powers were small enough that I could just put in a calculator. 24. Think about this for a second. There's 11 sevens on the top and 8 sevens on the top being multiplied. So I'll just do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now if I simplify, this and this, 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 this and this. So notice that at the bottom, it's all, the only thing I have remainder is 1 times 1 times 1 times 1. So at the bottom, I get 1. And on the top, I have 3 sevens left over. 7 to the 3rd power. So, better yet, I write like this. And better yet, I write it like this. That's my final answer. 26, I'm no longer going to do the expanded form, but there are 10 x's on the top and 4 x's at the bottom. I'm going to have leftovers on the top. How many? 6. 28, 4 over 4, 4 over 8. Think about the fraction 4 over 8, and if you simplify it, that becomes 1 over 2. So let's do that first. P11 and P6, well, there's 5 more P's on the top, so let's clean it up. I don't have to write 1p to the 5th power. I'm just going to write p to the 5th power over 2. That's my final answer. 30. Again, let's take care of the coefficients. The 2 and the 4, right? 2 over 4 simplifies to 1 over 2. So let me write 1 over 2. X's, well, there's nothing to simplify and nothing to do with the x's, so I'm going to write x cubed. But y to the 8th power divided by y to the 2nd power, well, if you expand it, right, and you simplify, you're going to have 6 y's left over in the numerator. And the only thing I'm going to do is take out this one. So that's my final answer. X cubed times y6 over 2. 32, rewrite without negative exponents. Okay, so let's rearrange so nobody has a negative exponent. For a fraction, the 6 stays where it is. The c to the 3rd power stays where it is. But the d to the negative 2nd power, in order to become a positive exponent, goes to the denominator. And that's it. There's nothing else I can do with that problem. Okay, here we're going to use the expanded rule. So we're going to take that 4 multiplied by that. Multiply the 4 times negative 3. So let me take the parentheses out and then write 2mx. So 0 times 4 is 0. X to the negative 3rd times 4 is negative 12. We all know that 2 to the 0 is 1, right? But x to the negative 12th power, to make it a positive, we throw it to the denominator and make it final answer. 36, 8 to the 12th stays where it is. 8 to the 5th stays where it is. B to the negative 3rd is going to come downstairs. B to the 5th stays where it is. Can I combine or simplify? Yes. A to the 12 and a to the 5th, if you simplify, where are you going to have left over? You're going to have 7 a's on the top. Right, so that's done. B to the 3rd power times b to the 5th power, right? That the bases are the same. And I can combine them and I get b to the 8th. 37, everything inside the parentheses is raised to 0 power, so it's just equal to 1. 38. So again, multiply the outside exponent times every exponent inside parentheses. So we get g to the 12 times g to the negative 8. Let's change this. We're going to make that to a positive exponent. So g to the 12 stays where it is. G to the negative 8 goes to the denominator, becomes positive. Can I do something about this? Yes, I can go a step further. If you think about, after you're simplifying, where you're going to have g's left over, I'm going to have it on the top. How many? 4. And then we have one more. So again, let me just write this a little bigger. X to the negative 8 raised to the negative second power over y to the 11th. Okay. Take that guy and multiply it by every exponent inside the parentheses. So we're going to have x. Negative 8 times negative 2 is 16. And the y, it's 11 times negative 2, which is negative 22. You're not going to leave that answer as it is because it has a negative exponent. So make one tiny adjustment. X to the 16 stays where it is, and then y to the negative 22nd power goes to the numerator right next to x, and that's my final answer. Okay? Very, 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 very easy. Thank you.